right. You're the special guest. Engage in the conversation in the comment section below. Remember, be kind and be respectful. Now, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about family, life. We're talking about lifestyle, church life, and everything in between. So thanks for joining us. Can't wait to get started. With that being said, let's talk. Hey everybody, welcome to the Let's Talk podcast live on Facebook. I'm your host, Jack Calderon, and you are the special guest. That's right, you're the special guest. Engage in the conversation in the comment section below. Remember, be kind and be respectful. Now, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about family, life. We're talking about lifestyle, church life, and everything in between. So thanks for joining us. Can't wait to get started. With that being said, let's talk. Hey everybody, welcome to the Let's Talk podcast live on Facebook. I'm your host, Jack Calderon, and you are the special guest. That's right, you're the special guest. Engage in the conversation in the comment section below. Remember, be kind and be respectful. Now, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about family, life. We're talking about lifestyle, church life, and everything in between. So thanks for joining us. Can't wait to get started. With that being said, let's talk. Hey everybody, welcome to the Let's Talk podcast live on Facebook. I'm your host, Jack Calderon, and you are the special guest. That's right, you're the special guest. Engage in the conversation in the comment section below. Remember, be kind and be respectful. Now, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about family, life. We're talking about lifestyle, church life, and everything in between. So thanks for joining us. Can't wait to get started. With that being said, let's talk. Hey everybody, welcome to the Let's Talk podcast live on Facebook. I'm your host, Jack Calderon, and you are the special guest. That's right, you're the special guest. Engage in the conversation in the comment section below. Remember, be kind and be respectful. Now, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about family, life. We're talking about lifestyle, church life, and everything in between. So thanks for joining us. Can't wait to get started. With that being said, let's talk. Hey everybody, welcome to the Let's Talk podcast live on Facebook. I'm your host, Jack Calderon, and you are the special guest. That's right, you're the special guest. Engage in the conversation in the comment section below. Remember, be kind and be respectful. Now, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about family, life. We're talking about lifestyle, church life, and everything in between. So thanks for joining us. Can't wait to get started. With that being said, let's talk. What's up, you guys? God bless. Thank you for being with us here on Let's Talk on this Monday at 8:36. 6 minutes late, like as my producer is reminding me and telling me, shaking her head. I think you guys know who it is. Super glad to have you here on Let's Talk, man. Let me know where you're at, where you're watching. If you're watching from Chicago, or what state you're in, or what country you're in, if it's possible that you're watching from another country. Está viendo de otro país. Saludos, bendiciones. Gracias por estar aquí. Thank you for being here on this Let's Talk live interaction podcast where you're the special guest. But today's a little bit different because I do have somebody here with me, as you guys will soon find out. God bless you. God bless. God bless. God bless. I like the y'all. I use that y'all too as well. I started using it, I think, because my wife is from Texas and she kind of ingrained it in me now. So every time I text, I don't say you all, I say y'all. So it's easier. From Stone Park, Illinois, USA. All right, Stone Park, representing Illinois. I was born in Chicago, for those who may not know. I was born in Chicago. Moved to Indiana. But yeah, thank you so much for joining in. Where are you watching from? Hoping you're having a great Monday and you're tuned in and you're ready and you're sitting down. You got your coffee, you got your stories, you're ready to enjoy this. You know, whole reason for this podcast is to build a community, and social media allows us to build that community of people to have conversation and talk, especially talk about these stories that we have, or I like to share things that I go through in daily life. I say it in the introduction: faith, church life, family life, and everything in between. And so a lot of everything that I go through is always centered in God and in Christ. And I was I wasn't born and raised in church, but I did start going to church at a very young age. So I do have stories to tell and to say. And if maybe you've gone to church or you've gone to church your whole life, I'm pretty sure you have some stories to tell and to say that you can share today. So get those stories ready. So start sending those messages. If you want to send them directly into my messages, or you want to comment live and we can all read it together, but always remember, be respectful, be kind. Okay, because the internet is permanent. All right, it's permanent. So we had a really great time last week. I mean, we did something totally different. By we I mean my wife was able to join in on the conversation. We had set like kind of a goal, if 25 people like this post, that she would join live in person and be with us. And so we didn't make it in time, but she was so gracious enough to compromise with us, and she made her audio debut with us. So she's here right now, and she's sitting there waiting for her. I told her, honey, don't worry, it's gonna be like last time before we started. She's like, you're late already. She's like, I work with professionals. She told me. She's like, I work with professionals. So she has me at a high standard. I mean, I really want to give you guys something that, you know, I would enjoy watching. I want to give you guys something that, you know, so this is it, and we're making it happen. You and I together, we're making it happen. I think that was an emoji there. I can't see that. Can you see that emoji? What is it? Oh, it's an applause. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know why the emojis come out so small. We'll probably fix that later on, but we're learning as we go. So super excited. We talked about last week, we engaged in some great dialogue conversation. What brings happiness? What brings you joy in your day-to-day life, in your everyday life? What do you look forward to when you get home? One of the takeaways that I got from there is just, you know, being present, and, you know, just being present in the moment, and enjoying today for today, and not getting so hung up on tomorrow and what tomorrow is going to bring, or also the past too as well. Benny's here from Texas too. Benny, what's up, Benny? Good friend of ours from Texas, a long good friend of has some history with Arlena, worked together in a heck with Arlena. So you know what, let's get to it right now. Since Benny is here now from Texas, we're gonna get my wife in here, her audio in here. So and without further introduction, we have Arlena Arredondo Calderon. I got to that Calderon in. For a while you were calling yourself just Arlena Arredondo, and I'm like, hey, yo, you're live. You say hello, babe.
Hi, everybody.
You're doing it again. You're like holding your breath as you're talking. You're like,
well,
oh, you can hold it a little bit closer too. Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Don't worry. The audio's fixed. The audio's good.
Oh man, yeah. See, this is why we can't go live. We need
Why?
editing. We need to cut out this awkward part.
Nah, it's okay. It's what makes it unique. It makes it organic. It's real.
Ay, Dios. No, I was already starting to giggle when I saw Benny pop up.
Yeah.
Cause
he was worried. I send it out to, you know, people that come up on my messenger, right? And so he's one of those people that come up on my messenger, because we message each other from time to time, or we sent, you know, silly videos or stuff like that. And so
yeah, no, although I know I have many, and I've either authored or been present for many stories, I was drawing a blank.
I will not
so
confirm nor deny.
I will always plead the fifth. El que quiera saber llega al cielo, y cuando pongan el video de mi vida, ahí se podrán ver, lo podrán ver y reírse conmigo.
At the coffee shop in heaven.
Because no, I'm too old now to be sharing certain things. Pero I got too many things to cure.
I say things. One of the catchphrases that we got that we're thinking about trademarking, actually, guys. If you know how that works, let us know.
It's because, yes, I do say things.
I say things.
And because I say things, I need to be careful.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Hey, thank you guys for showing love for those clips and sharing those and liking it. And thank you for the words of encouragement too.
Yes, so that's one of the, you know, on my just shout outs, and thank you to the people who have given me some positive feedback on my participation, which I really thought I was doing
Yeah.
terribly at.
No, absolutely not.
Here we are.
You made it better. You made it 10 times better now.
Yeah, you got to say that. You're married to me. Like, you can't be saying something
No,
else.
seriously. I've never, guys, honest to goodness, I've never gotten so many views right away in some of these things. And
Pero por eso, like, too much of a good thing. Like, de aquí nos volvemos a ver.
Nah.
O en persona o en el cielo.
En persona en el cielo. No, hombre. She's gonna start charging me. Mujer, you got this. See? You got this.
Oh, thank you,
You're
guys.
Positive reinforcement.
No, I was giggling.
3 seconds without a laugh.
I was giggling when people were asking, "Where's Arlena?" I'm like, "I'm here, just behind the camera, where I belong."
Behind the scenes where nobody can see me.
Exactly.
But hey, maybe if we get to like 50 viewers, would you?
I don't know. We'll
would
see.
you come on?
I don't know, babe. I don't know. You're putting too much pressure in front of the people.
No. Question me in front of the people. We talk about these outside of the camera. But yeah, what was one of your takeaways from last week's podcast of
just
joy and happiness?
Just that we all experience joy in different ways, but in a lot of the moments of joy, we're either surrounded by loved ones or friends, or laughter.
Yeah,
those are usually associated moments of just like sentimental nostalgia, like when we were talking about children and the things that they're doing. Or people that you're proud of. So those were moments that I took back. But before we continue on, I do want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, your brother-in-law.
Of course, yeah.
Mario Vasquez. Today is his birthday.
Happy
birthday, Mario.
How old is it? No, I don't know if we
The same age as you, baby.
Oh yeah?
Same age.
Oh man, we're right there.
Exactly.
I'll be
You'll be there too.
Midlife. What is it? 35, halfway to 70.
Yes.
Dear Lord Jesus.
Yes.
Dear Lord.
So we have so that one, and I also wanted to say thank you to the people who today I reached out to, and I was like, y'all, my memory is not working. I need y'all to fill it in. And then they started flooding me with a bunch of memories, and then I was just laughing by myself on the sofa and on the bed. And even Jack was like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, because they're reminding me of all of my memories, and they're like back to back. So if you have those group of friends that when y'all get together, si tienen los amistades que cuando se juntan empieza el relajo y empiezan, y te acuerdas de esto y te acuerdas del otro. Bueno, yo tengo varios grupos de amigos en los cuales tengo diferentes memorias y experiencias.
They're in categories, right?
Sí.
There's some that are in a vault that nobody
yeah,
can
no,
open.
those are the ones that I'm so sorry.
Share amongst yourself inside. But those other stories, the ones that you can share.
There's some
those are the ones
they gave me a little bit of both, so I was just giggling and laughing and just remembering. So thank you so much, guys, for being part of my memories and having a collective what is it where you save your memories, the thingy,
the cloud?
No, the portable
memory
one.
Base, the USB,
the big one with all the memory that I have.
Hard drive.
Hard drive.
Yes.
I got friends with hard drives that have a little bit of everything in there. So thank you so much, guys, for that.
Well, shout out to y'all Texas people over there.
Yes. RCS. So then we have
we
have some comments coming in.
Oh yeah. What up, Ruben? God bless you. Come through to the next men's Bible study, Chicago on Monday night. In 3 weeks. Oh, okay. All right. Give me the information. Yeah, shoot it to me. If we can, and because ideally, when we think about memories and we think about these times or these funny stories, they bring joy. But you did something today that was really awesome.
What did I do?
It serves as memories. And joy.
Yes.
Yeah, tell them a little bit.
So today I.
You what? Why do you stop? What happened? Because I thought. Go ahead.
I can't.
Where you went? Oh, well, see, yeah. I mean, well, yeah. Well, you think they're? I don't know if they're gonna. Yeah. Well, moving on. We'll move on. We'll just move on from that.
And this is why we can't go live, babe.
But it's okay.
We need some editing.
It's okay. It's fine. Anyways, we're talking church stories, right? Things that are funny. This is probably going to enter that right
in the
now.
Next round. This one will come into the next round.
You guys will find out later.
If we get plenty of likes We'll share it then.
Well, yeah, no, Patreon. We're gonna start. This is the extra material. This is
the bloopers of
the inside that you have to pay a subscription in order to find out exactly what happened.
Señor.
Buenas noches.
Padre.
Dios le bendiga al distrito de Misiones que acaban de celebrar su convención misionera.
Yes, and we have Camila. God bless you.
Oh, Camila's on here. God bless.
Elias, God bless you, Elias. He's probably quietly just kind of giggling somewhere. Well, not giggling, pero.
Elias. Who's Elias?
Elias.
Tell me.
Judy and
Elias.
Elias.
Yeah.
Yes.
Judy's hubby.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, my brother? I'm like, who's Elias? I know there's so many Elias I probably have, but greetings to you, Elias. And if Judy, you're watching too, these are our Chicago friends and our old war partners and soldiers.
So speaking of soldiers, one of the stories that I personally don't remember, pero a lo mejor algunas personas de Texas se van a acordar.
Okay.
No voy a decir nombres, pero quizás estados.
Estados. Names of states, but not names of people. Yeah. All right.
So speaking of soldados, I reached out to a couple of friends, right?
Okay.
And then someone wrote back, remember when we were soldiers of Christ? And I'm like, aren't we always soldiers of Christ? But she was like, no, remember we were like ROTC, but like for Christ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I vaguely remember that this was a thing where they like live right for Jesus, like.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You had like Joe Sargent and
it was something like that, and I was like, this is a very Texas church thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
took it literal.
They were like, mira, armados hasta los dientes.
With our Bibles.
With all the Bibles.
Did you have a camouflage skirt or what? Did you have?
You hitting your skirt, it was so long.
You get camouflage behind bushes with ease. All you have to do is just pull it over. Oh, then you see, this is what I'm talking about. But no, for real, did you have a uniform? Or anything like that?
I didn't. I wasn't part of that.
Oh, you weren't part of it?
No, like I vaguely remember them.
Okay.
Like que eran partes, que eran soldaditos jóvenes, pero que eran parte de como
No,
creo que como que en convenciones o en algo.
So they would
like, so I vaguely remember it.
But what would they do? Like participation, like
it was just kind of like
verses, poemas.
No, like literal. Like they would march in with the flag.
Yeah.
And then they would march out with the flag.
Came in. We're soldiers. Everybody else is civilians. We're soldiers.
Ay, padre.
When I was a kid, we had missionary cadets, and we used to have sashes. So it was like Boy Scouts, and and it wasn't divided between boys and girls. And it was like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts together, or like kind of like that. And you would gain a badge for, certain things.
Yeah. See, but for kids, that's still cute. For jóvenes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Because you're not technically really a soldier, and you're kind of. Is that stolen valor? Is that stolen valor?
No, or is it added valor? Spiritual valor.
Spiritual valor. Yeah. That's the thing. Well, speaking about.
Elizabeth Trejo's on.
Oh yeah, God bless you.
Oh
Elizabeth.
my God, David Vargas, not the camouflage.
Bro. There was a time and moment where camouflage was like where those places that sell camouflage were probably super hyped because Christians were using camouflage almost every service, every campaña, every fight. It was like soldier.
No, and then that reminded me of like church stories. One of the things that someone mentioned were like, remember los temas que antes ponían. And please, if you are still doing this, si usted todavía está haciendo esto no es un ataque personal a usted. Usted siga adelante, Dios le bendiga. Le amamos en el amor del Señor.
It's for an audience, I believe spiritual warfare.
Si esto le lastima, por favor.
Estamos haciendo lighthearted. We're being lighthearted.
Yes. So, anything I say, please don't use against me.
In a court of law. In a court of law. Yeah.
I say things.
Yeah, it happens.
But yeah, it reminded me of.
Hold on. I did the Royal Rangers in the Assemblies of God. Royal
Rangers.
Is this equal to Power Rangers?
Or is it the Texas Walker?
It's morphin' time.
Huh? The Texas Walker.
The Texas Walker with the hats.
Yes. What's his name? Ay, se me olvida el nombre.
Don't tell me. Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
You guys were the Chuck Norrises of the
Christ.
Assemblies of God. Kathy said it was los
Los cadetes. See, I told you it was a thing.
Wow.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for checking that
How
immediately.
Did you join that? It was Christian Boy Scouts.
Christian Boy Scouts.
Okay.
So there were no camouflage skirts.
No. But
going back to that, it was the time that they would put like these super long temas for eventos. Like I remember one that I heard was something like buscando el Espíritu Santo bajo la roca del omnipotente peñasco fluye ríos de agua viva, victoria y unción. Like I don't even know what that was. But all of them used to be like that. It was like, but it wasn't just the phrase. It was like the whole verse.
Oh yeah, it was like a paragraph.
Yeah, so
that used to be a thing. Well, going kind of tying into this goes into the story that I want to share and want to start off with, because it kind of reminds me also of the dramas and the pantomimas and the plays that time, and you still see it every now and then. It's a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more like the years have made it a little bit more refined.
Palatable.
Yeah, palatable. Like it's filtered, it's come through, it's processed, it's in its enlightenment years, like, so anyway.
Enlightenment years.
So now, but back then it was just throw everything in the pot, like let's you get your, and this is a lot of this is Christianese for a lot of people, maybe. But
so if you've never, we need to explain this for maybe someone that has never been
in church
or in our service, particular services,
or denominations.
Yes, sometimes people participate in worshiping, and there are many ways that have evolved over the years. But some of them are interesting. It's like seeing a work of art, an abstract work of art. If you are not
an abstract,
pues imagínate que tú no conozcas, que seas visita y por la primera vez que tú llegas, sale la hermana con 20, ribbons bailando y danzando y avientan la pandereta por aquí y la cachan por allá, like.
I've seen that.
And then it's like, yo, danzo.
Yeah. So it's art, okay? We believe in worshiping and using art.
And it's beautiful, but if you don't know and you've never seen it, you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so pantomimas is like it's like a music video mixed with drama, mixed with action, mixed with, hand signals. You got everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes when the biggest, I don't know if you remember this, the biggest person they would use, because they would use music to go with the drama, with the pantomima, was Fosforito. Fosforito was pelea, pelea, pelea.
Okay.
That guy. And he was the go-to soundtrack for your pantomima. Well, in this particular case.
Hey, Osmar, thanks for joining in.
Osmar joined in.
Share your funny stories. I know you have a lot from the music perspective.
He got some recent ones too, probably. So, and he's about to I think I'll let him share all that information, what he wants to share. But anyways, so in this particular service, I went with some hermana. What?
Benny writes, I did a rap with the pastor at a talent show once.
Oh my Lord. I want details on that. Anybody got videos of that?
All right, go. Continue.
Anybody got videos of that?
Focus.
Yeah. So we get into the service, and it's the song Ángeles entraron mi habitación. Ángeles me entregaron una arpa y comencé a tocar bajo la unción del Espíritu Santo a pelea, and then it kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it kind of went into So they depicted this was the crazy part, because at the beginning of the song, it's just like a storytelling, and at the beginning there wasn't any music, and this guy entered the church, and he was dressed in black, and then he was like, he had makeup on, and they made the makeup like black and white, and it was like, and then he went terrorizing people within the service, and the music wasn't even gone yet. Like, he just went in. And he's just terrorizing people, and the little kids are crying. And mind you, that in that moment, I didn't have to preach. Thank God I didn't have to preach in that service, because I'm like, oh my Lord, what do you do after that? But he approaches one of the young ladies that that we traveled with. He approaches, and he's about to terrorize, because there's one thing, coming in and just ominous, coming in and walking. Another thing is like you're going like bench to bench and like just putting your hands on people. That's like. So he put his hand on one of the young ladies, And this young lady, I have never seen her. And if I'm not gonna name
in
names.
church again.
No, not that I've never seen her in church. I've never seen her so no, she is actually a pastora now, okay?
Mira, eso fue lo que él agarró.
She's a pastora now. And she's a pastora.
Se aferró del Señor en ese momento. Sintió
like,
el terror.
Cell sintió el verdadero terror. That's from Dragon Ball Z. Anyways. But yeah, no, that character came and put hand. She grabbed him. She grabbed him by his costume. by his and these costumes are not the greatest costumes in the world. They're like Velcro. No lo agarró y creo que él sintió terror cuando ella lo agarró, porque lo agarró así de la camiseta de la cosa, and she said it out loud. No me toques, legit. And then the drama started afterwards, like nothing just happened. It was crazy though. It was crazy.
Well, speaking of that, one of the memories that came to me from Eliana last week, that she wrote, and I shared this with you, and I remember right now because it triggered it, was, I'm pretty sure if I hum these 3 notes, people are gonna know.
Oh, Marino, yeah.
Okay, so everybody
Marino,
that has been in church for a long time, yes,
which is about the rapture,
which is about the rapture,
Jesus
and
coming and taking up the church, and you stay.
What
behind.
Final Destination did for a generation, and that song has marked many Christians up and coming.
That was our Final Destination.
Because it is nuestro destino final.
Yeah, of course. Not to stay behind, but to go up. I think the whole thing is about a guy singing about,
yes.
Or a person singing because
they were doing that, and y lo voy a tratar de decir en español para nuestra audiencia que habla español, que también pueda gozar y reír con nosotros un poco.
Somos bilingües.
Era un culto unido, un servicio donde todas las iglesias se pusieron juntos.
Niños, jóvenes.
Y iban a hacer esa pantomima. Entonces llegó un señor, todavía no era hermano de la iglesia, la mamá era salva, la hija era salva, y invitaron al papá. So going back to, if you don't know what's happening, this could be,
yeah.
Si uno no sabe, entonces empieza él. Se oye un grito. Y empieza, ¡Mamá!
Yeah.
The daughter next to the man, ¡Mamá! ¡Mamá! And she starts like acting it out, right? The man was not unaware of
what's going on.
El hermano no sabía lo que estaba pasando, nada más sabía que su hija se empezó porque se apagaron las luces.
His own daughter.
Yes, se apagaron las luces y la mamá pues se levantó y se fue. Entonces se prenden las luces.
They did that on purpose, bro. They did that on purpose, 100%.
Y empieza la muchacha descontrolada. Mamá, ¿dónde estás? Mamá, ¿dónde estás? Y mijita, cálmate, mijita.
Why?
And the thing is, los demás tampoco sabíamos, o sea, nosotros pensábamos que él era un actor actuando, calmando a la hija, pero él no era actor, solo la mamá y la hija.
Oh, but he became an actor.
Pero yo no sé qué pasó después, no sé. Yo lo único que sé es que por ese momento este hermano estuvo ahí, and the rest of us, as we started to figure out and put 2 and 2 together, we all wanted to laugh.
En español.
O sea, los demás que estábamos ahí, porque era como culto de jóvenes o no sé, pues ya saber, like, al principio we're like, oh, wow, están bien metidos en este papel. Sí. Pero luego cuando empezamos a darnos de cuenta que el papá, o sea, ella seguía actuando con la canción y la pantomima y el señor todavía, mijita, cálmate, mijita, ¿qué vamos a hacer, mijita? No. We all were like, someone tell him this is not real, like, but it was hilarious at the same time because trauma. Hilarious.
Trauma is hilarious. No, I think they should have explained to him, papá, vamos a hacer un drama, yo voy a gritar, yo voy a hacer un papel del rap, pero se me hace que lo hicieron un poquito a propósito.
Bueno, a lo mejor lo que necesitaba.
La esposa luego le dice,
necesitaba motivación para agarrarse.
Esto es lo que va a pasar si no se arreglan bien. Well, let's see what other there's this whole I'm so intrigued about Benny rapping. Do you remember I'm pretty sure Benny remembers that lyrics.
No sé, pero sí.
Benny, do you remember those lyrics
at all? La pastora Alicia dijo, Marino, mamá, ya sabían para dónde iba. You made Kathy shout in praise,
in praise or in terror. Marino can do that to you if you're not ready.
Yep.
Arréglate. Well, here's the other story that I have to share. I get to go to different churches from time to time, different denominations and different liturgia, different ways of people doing services. And this church in particular, they also incorporate praise dance within their worship. And the women dress modestly, and they do their thing, as the worship is going, and they have a practice where they use different color flags, and they have blue, yellow, red, green, purple, baby blue. They have all these gold. They have all these, and depending on the song that they're singing, they'll use a certain color, and only they know what those colors represent. Only they know what those colors actually mean and what they represent. So you as an audience, it looks visually appealing because it's good for the eyes. You see these colors moving, and you see these, and it's not and it's a worship. It's a form of worship to God. And the way they're using it, and so they also, I did not know this, but they also incorporate it for the altar call as well. So check this out. So as people go up and they go for prayer, because that's what we do. It's a custom of ours that after the message is an altar call. If you need prayer or want prayer, the preacher, the pastor invites you to the altar, so we pray for you. So they incorporate that in the altar call. So you if you're on your knees, they'll grab a colored cloth flag, and they literally put it on top of you. Okay. All right, so this is where the story gets interesting, because I visited the church, and during my visit at that church, there was I took a part, and then after my part, somebody else took a part, and then he starts speaking directly to me, like he starts telling me. He actually calls me to the front. And he calls me to the front, and he begins to speak on behalf of the Lord. And I'm very, when it comes down if you're saying, así te dice el Señor, I'm very attentive to what you're saying. So he calls me to the front, and legit, and then I kid you not, I was there for, I'm not going to lie to you. It felt like 10 minutes. But it felt like 10 minutes because he was going, da, 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 and this, and this, and that. And it felt like 10 minutes. And then when I see him get close to me, I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going. This man is gonna lay hands on me, right? So he's gonna pray for me, which I'm not against either. I'm not against laying of hands, but even then, you have to be wary of when you do that. Anyways, so he puts his hand. He does this combination. He does the hand on the head, and then when I wasn't budging or moving, he puts the hand on the stomach. So you have this ultra combo of prayer combination.
That's a Benny Hill level up.
No,
Dragon Z.
Dragon Z.
Dragon Ball Z, whatever it's called.
My head in one hand, my stomach. I don't know why my stomach in the other hand, and I'm like, this guy's not gonna let me go until something happens here. No. And so I look behind me. I'm like, all right, there's somebody there. There's somebody there.
No lo hagas, hermano.
There's somebody there. I'm like, he's not gonna let me go unless I fall back. All right, I fall back. Fully conscious, I fall back. Okay, fully conscious, I fall back. Then, in that moment where I'm just with my eyes closed on the ground, just praying to the Lord for forgiveness and asking him, Lord, what just happened? What's going on? All of a sudden, I feel 6 different colored flags being put on top of me. I look like a literally red, blue, yellow, green.
Maybe you just needed
purple.
that much prayer.
they filled me.
Estabas sobrecargado y querían orar por cada una de tus necesidades.
Joseph in the colorful coat. I was on the ground, and then I'm in there, and I open my eyes, and I see all these colors in front of my face, and I'm like, well, I'm here now. And I got up, took off the cloths.
No, hermanos. Una parte que se le está olvidando, que the part that makes me laugh is that I've heard this story before. And in that story, he said that underneath those layers of colors, this man
I shivered a little bit.
He shivered a little and sniffled a little, and then and then he proceeded to get up.
And then I was like, gotta, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Don't judge me on the other side. I'm pretty sure I am not the only one that's
who's traumatized with laying hands?
Who's that?
Well, I cannot reveal her identity, but it's a she. It's a she.
That's good.
So she went. Two things. So the first one, I've gotten permission.
Okay.
So the first one was she went to the altar for prayer, as one does, right? And there was a very young, very enthusiastic, very loud preacher laying hands on everybody.
Yeah.
My friend. I almost said the name.
I was like, so close.
My friend had recently had like a car accident or something, so their neck wasn't fully, like it was in therapy or whatever. So praying, this man done comes and dunks the head.
Ooh.
Took that person right out of communion into fighting mode because it was pain. So that person gets up, looks this man in the eyes with like, you done messed up.
Yeah.
And then he saw, and then just scoop it up to the neck.
What did you say? Scoop it up. What was that? What was it? What?
He just, skedaddled out of there.
He's like, hasta aquí mi parte.
He kept going down the line, but that messed that person up because then it had repercussions because it was already injured. Yeah. And then in the other one,
he's like, esta no recibe.
No, and the other one me dio risa because she's like, cuéntales de la vez que me crucificaron. And I'm like, what? So again, she was at the altar as one goes to seek Jesus.
Sure, yeah.
But when you wear high heels, like many of us did or do at these services, well, by the time you get to the altar, you've been on your feet for about an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
So you take the heels off. Next to her was a person double her size. And that person did not take their heels off. So when the Spirit of the Lord started to move, everybody on your feet and stop. And the heel went straight to her foot. So while everybody was shouting praises, she was shouting in pain. So she's like, yes, you can share about the time I got crucified. Juntamente estoy crucificado.
The heel went through her foot. She's like, she needed to wear steel-toe boots and that.
Yeah, that was one. But Omega's with us.
Omega, God bless you, Omega. Thank you for joining us. Oh man, I know she probably has stories too. We served in AHEC for some time too together. I used to always get in trouble with Heriberto.
If you are joining in, si usted está escuchando y nos escucha decir AHEC, esa es el nombre de la asociación al cual los jóvenes pertenecen. Yeah. So you can say that in English if you want to translate that for the audience.
So it used to be the Christian organization that was in charge of the young people of the whole region, and there's district level, regional levels, and so
our denomination.
Yeah, of our denomination, we were part of that leadership. Yeah. So we worked a lot together.
So Joseph Almedina says, yo.
Joseph, God bless. God bless you, Joseph. Thank you for joining in. Algo que pasó que yo presencié fue que algo se manifestó una malicia en una mujer y un hermano corrió a traer el bote de aceite y se lo tiró en la cara a la mujer. La verdad que me causa risa ahora cuando lo recuerdo, pero la verdad los nervios o el medio de las personas reaccionan totalmente de diferentes formas. Dios los ayude. Okay.
Vas a salir one way or another.
Este aceite te va a salvar. This goes back to what you did to me, what you said that happened to me. You stayed in the water. He stayed in the water like he thought, I'm gonna throw some oil on this thing. I'm gonna throw some oil and the oil's gonna make it get out.
No, es que
esas son cosas que y muchas de las veces es falta de conocimiento, and a lot of the times, we need to and here's another story that I can share, and gracias por compartir esa historia. Some people need more than a dad. Some people need more than a dad. Depends. Just lather it.
Some people do.
Yeah, I like your holding. Blessings, Omega. God bless you. But yeah, so I remember somebody in that experience of the movement of the Holy Spirit and the movement of the music and the hype and so in that movement, in that hype, we believe that the Holy Spirit moves and he interacts with us and he manifests himself in ways that is palpable in our emotions, in our feelings. Emotions and feelings are the same thing, but it's we feel him actively, like as a fire is explained as sometimes. So anyways, in this particular moment, God bless you brother. What's the theme? Oh, glad you asked. I'll tell you right now. Church stories, funny, humorous church stories that you remember and that you would like to share and that are wholesome and lighthearted. Lighthearted. But yeah, in this instant I'm sharing right now, this person that I was next to felt the Holy Spirit manifest and move, and when he began to express that through his movement, he literally he went down. He went the only way I can explain it, like he bowed down like aggressively, and he did not measure where that bench was at.
Uy.
And he bam.
Maybe that was the Lord. Maybe that was the Lord. Be like, mira, tú no escuchaste cuando yo te lo dije bien. Vas a escuchar ahora.
That man had a vicious knot on his head afterwards. He had like a vicious knot. He had a knot that you could put a hat on it and it would probably still show a little bit. But we were laughing at that afterwards because he felt that. He felt the Holy Spirit for a month.
Era palpable en su vida.
It was throbbing for a month, like legit. Oh my goodness.
I have a story that I can share.
Oh, okay.
Someone wrote it in. I'm gonna read it as it has been written.
It is written.
It is written
on the DM.
It says. So this was a friend that we that in AHEC we used. So when we were in these youth groups, there were people that you could count on in a bind. Like you knew that they could do certain things. They could sing, they can preach, they can do whatever. But you knew that you can count on them in a moment of someone backing out and you needed it. Yeah. So this was one of those people that was blessed and talented, but unfortunately was friends with me and other people of the board.
Why do you say unfortunately?
Because you was.
Oh no. Okay.
So it says, y'all. So somehow you decided to sacrifice me once more.
Once more. So she has plenty of stories then, okay?
And have me be part of the maestro de ceremonias crew.
MC. Oh, man.
And so so it was her and I. She's keeping it anonymous.
Okay.
She kept adjusting her skirt, and I was like, "You good?" She said, "Yes."
Oh, man.
Well, lo and behold, her entire fondo fell on the altar.
Oh, no.
We were both in shock, and we had to act like nothing happened.
Oh, jeez. Uh-huh.
She used her feet to gather it under.
She moved her feet.
She just moved her feet. Then swooped, collected it. We both laughed and laughed, but they were in the front. And she says that they were in the middle of a prayer. So at that moment, everybody had, was they were like not paying attention to the front. So yeah,
oh my gosh,
she was able to like collect it, and she's like, I finally broke my vow of silence.
She's like, I've been holding this, and now it's out. It just is dropped.
Ay, Dios.
Oh, that's crazy. Was the pulpito big? I imagine the pulpito.
So the pulpito wasn't huge.
Were if I remember, there when it happened?
I was at that convention. Okay. I do remember that convention. It was at a convention. So these are the people that, y ahora el presidente fulano de tal, y la secretaria, da 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 da.
Oh, during that part.
Yeah, so like at the convention, that first part.
Yeah.
And so apparently, it just bloop, down.
Yeah, decided to
and
leave.
then she was like trying to with the feet.
She's like, My goodness.
But yes.
Kudos for the fast thinking, though.
Yeah, it was very fast. It was very.
Kudos with the fast.
Yeah, nobody knew. Nobody knew until now.
Oh
but
my gosh.
Nobody will know.
I got story. I dropped plants while I was preaching. Legit, like
oil, water.
Oh, I dropped oil. Speaking about oil on the whole altar, because the altar, I move. I don't stay still, and I move. And there's a video out there too. There was a mouse that came out of nowhere while I was preaching, and me being me points it out. I'm like, miren hermanos. This happened recently too. I'm like, miren hermanos, and all you hear is the hermanos go, ah! They're all shouting. Ah! I'm like, tranquilos. You guys are a lot bigger.
Es un animalito de la creación.
But being the preacher that I am, somehow I incorporated it in my message, including the oil. The plants, not so much. But the mouse, I was just legit in the middle of the message, and on the corner of my eye, I see Ratatouille or Stuart Little, just chilling, just walking through the church. Like, he's just legit. Like, he's done this before. Like, he's like, I'm in service too as well. And I just pointed out. I'm like, hey, everybody, look at that. I could have just left it alone. I literally could have just left it alone and be like, hey, there's nothing. But no, I had to say something. There was one kid that loved to hug after service. Problem was, he sweated a lot. Oh, no.
It's one of those.
No.
Dios te bendiga, hermano.
He sweated a lot because he was into worship, or he was just a sweaty person, individual.
I mean, sweat, I feel like you can get passed by. BO is, dude. That's either when they're praying for you, or when afterwards.
I had somebody pray for me who had hot preacher breath.
Ay, padre.
Yeah, and then he proceeded to blow on my face, because that was the thing to do. Like, he's like, recibe el Espíritu Santo, and then he blew on my face. I'm like, that spirit that's different. That's different. You're gonna melt my face off with that. With what you're doing, right? You're gonna melt my face off. ¿Qué dice? Le hubieras traído aceite a ratón. Que le hubieras traído aceite a ratón. Tal vez es lo que estaba buscando.
I think it's my turn to share one of mine. I've been sharing from the memories of my friends.
Mothers? Oh, so now from your own. Okay. Actually, there already like 3 or 4. I still got a couple other ones. I have a few.
This is the internet, the World Wide Web. It will stay on here forever.
I don't know. Facebook changed their, which, by the way, let me do a little pause here, because Facebook has changed their rules now, so live videos don't stay on here for more than 30 days. So after 30 days, all these videos will be deleted. So like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Talk Jack on YouTube, and Let's has the Z because I guess they took the one with the S. So if you go to our YouTube channel, if you're watching on our YouTube channel already, thank you so much for subscribing and joining in. So yeah, so don't miss out on the whole entire thing. So
one really quick one that I just got shared. It says, I remember John Doe.
John Doe. Hey, thank you for being so courteous.
I remember John Doe asked for time at camp to propose. By the time camp came around, he was single.
Oh no! So he waited for. Should have done it sooner. Should have at a youth camp.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I don't know if that's funny or heartbreaking. How's it?
Depends.
It depends on who you're telling.
Depends on who's receiving the story.
Pastor JC and I are tuned in. God bless you, Pastor JC. Pastor David, I know you probably have stories, Pastor
Aquellos
David.
que han participado en campamentos o convenciones, share some of those pranks that I hear a lot of. Because I hear the pastors.
Yeah.
At those conventions, they get together y empiezan a soltar. So, aquí suelten. Suéltense.
He called me and said, bro, are you not going to tune in to Jack Maed's live? I was like, oh, let me tune in. Wow, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys sharing in and tuning in, Pastor David. All the way from Iowa.
This is a classic in my heart because this is a core memory.
You still have to share your personal one.
I will. But this is a classic one in my heart. So you translate, right? Tú traduces los mensajes.
Oh, okay.
Y yo tuve el privilegio de traducirte, and it's hard, guys. It's harder than you think,
this
especially.
Just happened recently.
You know what? That doesn't matter.
This has happened recently.
They don't need to know that.
This is a core memory. I'm like, geez, this is happening.
No. So this core memory goes back like 10 some years.
Oh, okay.
So estaba traduciendo un muchacho para el predicador.
All right.
Él era centroamericano y el predicador era o dominicano o puertorriqueño. So there's a difference in the speed in which people speak
Yeah.
and the words that are used.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I definitely know that.
So keeping that in
dynamic.
mind, empieza el hermano, Dios le bendiga, God bless you. Vamos a abrir nuestras Biblias. Let's open our Bibles al libro de los Filipenses, to the book of the Philippines.
Philippines?
The entire message.
He was saying Philippines.
Philippines.
Nobody corrected him?
Nobody corrected him.
Oh, man.
We all just giggled and counted.
You just allowed it. That's nothing. I got a better one. You ready for this one?
Ay, Dios.
This is a better one.
I treasure that. That just makes me laugh.
Somebody was reading the scripture in a Juveniles event, right? Yep. You know where I'm going with this. And it happened. So there's different versions of the Bible. But this particular person said, I love this virgin. And everybody, and all these juveniles,
they were like,
they're like, huh? They all started paying attention, and the crowd grew silent, and all the leaders were, and then she's like, oh, no, I mean virgin.
Well, thank God she at least fixed it.
She fixed it. Others have not. It's happened.
No, other people just, I've heard it from another pastor do that.
We are new creations. It's not creatures, right? It's creations.
Somos nuevas creaciones.
But criatura in español.
I know, but the translation was...
in English is creation. So, or it's not creatures, it's creation. And somebody kept on saying, we're a new creature. I'm like, creatures are those, like, you can't explain what the thing is. It's like a evil monster looking thing when I hear creature. But I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pastor David. Pastor David. If it's creation. We are a new creation in Jesus Christ. Anyways.
All right. So my story.
What's the personal one? Natalie's laughing. She's laughing. And then nobody corrected.
No, because
please correct me. Send me a text.
He was like, and the Philippines. And the Philippines said,
I can
back
always
to the story of the Philippines.
I can always count on the Darwish in services to tell me if I'm wrong.
They will correct you.
Or they will just tell me from the manga where they're at. It's like they have a mic on them. But shout out to them, because that's a big clutch help when it matters.
So my story is a simple one. It's a simple one. So, anteriormente en mi vida pasada, I used to serve in a HEC, right? Okay. There's that time in my life, which I see fondly. Nonetheless, I served in Texas, where a lot of our churches are separated by many hours of distance.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
it is crazy.
And so,
like 10, 12 hours.
Yes. And then we even had Arkansas and Oklahoma. So those are like 16 to 17 hours away. Mm-hmm. So I got a new car. The one that is still in our garage today, because ese carro ha sido santificado, ungido.
Legit.
That's a different story.
That's another story to that one. Which we can get into a little bit of how that happened.
But back when it was brand freshly new.
Hold on. You want to put that on pause?
All right, let's go.
All right, because there's a awesome comment here that we got from Eliana. This is a corny youth camp memory. So we went to a youth camp in Monterrey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. So this is in Mexico.
This is a Mexican story.
Cross country. Monterrey. I have no clue who suggested the idea, but the girls got together to serenade the guys at night. What?
Bunch of Rabito songs.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. To serenade the guys at night. Okay, hold on. I lost my place. Okay. Shake my head. And we all had amigos/amigas secretas, where we send little gifts and notes. Ask me if I remember the messages from that camp. Shake my head. Puro evangelizando.
Evangelismo personal.
That is crazy. What was the say? What are you sing?
The only thing I can think of in Rabito is the sinceridad.
What? Sinceridad. What?
What do you serenade them with? Like,
what song did you guys?
I wasn't there. Don't look at me.
Oh. I'm looking at the camera.
Look at the camera. They know. I don't know.
What were you saying? What were you singing?
Were you
Pedro Infante? Were you singing? Pedro Infante or what was the other guy?
Sierra Morena, cielito lindo.
No tengo dinero ni nada que dar. No,
Ay,
so Juan
Dios.
Gabriel. It was
I know.
Monterrey in Mexico.
I don't know. I don't know what they would sing.
Were you guys at least on key?
I'm sure they
Yeah,
had to be.
when they serenaded.
But that's funny. That's
And how did the guys react?
I know.
That's what I want to know. Did they come back like, yo, what's up? How did they react?
Del hermano Luismi.
Las del hermano Luis. Yo tengo un nuevo amor, Roberto Orellana.
Cuando calienta
Orellana.
el sol, aquí lo playa.
Güey, cuando calienta. Who's Roberto Orellana?
Oh, yes. Roberto Orellana.
I'm about to look him up.
He's a chileno con el pelo corto hasta aquí. Usa lentes medio redondito el hermano. I can't remember his songs right now, but yes.
Roberto Orellana. Oh,
yeah.
I'm about to look him up.
Ay, Dios.
I think I've seen him. Yeah, this guy. Oh, yeah. Hold on. YouTube. I don't have the YouTube Premium. I have advertisements.
No, eso.
So this man.
That's a long intro.
Oh, wow. Let's skip a little bit.
Is that too close to the mic?
I like it.
That's going to be part of the Let's Talk.
Oh, you hear that guitar?
Man.
It's so relevant to what we're talking about. The oil, it just connects perfectly. It just connects perfectly. Oh my God. Yo tengo un nuevo amor. There's another song. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Girls serenading guys.
I have never.
We used to have a challenge when we were younger and going to conventions, like who could get more numbers, like phone numbers. I never got any.
There's a comment in there from Pastor Sixtos.
My bro. Okay, hold on, let's get it.
Oh, Benny's like, they had him at the Texas convention for 3 to 4 years straight. Wow. Es que a lo mejor he was rekindling all those matrimonios.
They're like, este hermano sirve.
Este hermano está ungido.
Está ungido para conectar. Para conectar. A estos que necesitan ser conectados. My bro was once translating for an English speaker. He translated the English cockroach and said cucaracha into say it into Spanish. Isn't that the right thing?
Cucarach. Cucarach.
So the guy said cucaracha. Cockroach.
And in Spanish he said cucarach.
Cucarach. That's a level higher than a cockroach. Have you got some cucaraches?
That's a lieutenant cockroach.
Senor Cucarach. If you got some cucaraches at home.
No. Mano, David
really, JC6. Really. Cucaracha. Bro. Cucarach. Oh my gosh.
Ay, Dios de la gloria.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord Jesus. Here we go. Oh, Natalie got one here. Natalie, I'm gonna put myself there too. JC6's really okay. Hold on. Where's this one at? I can't find it.
I'm sorry, Pastor, but that's hilarious.
Cucarach.
And I'm only laughing because it's the first time I hear this story. I'm pretty sure they've heard it many times, but for us, it's a new one. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, yeah. For being vulnerable. This is a safe place.
It is. It's a safe.
Nobody will ever know.
No. Only, All right. One time we were in our 3-day fast. Yeah, we used to do those.
We need to go back to those.
Lock-ins.
People need to lock in for real.
Lock-ins weren't just having fun, pajama parties, music, and watching, playing Call of Duty. There was Marino, and you had to fight the cucaraches from the ground because we slept on the ground because we didn't sleep anyways. But one time we were in our 3-day fast. Jack, you had the conference that morning, and we were praying in the morning at the altar. I took my blanket. And I was going to get up, but I was way too comfortable. And I don't know what happened, but I knocked out. I remember waking up, and you were already halfway through the conference.
Puede descansar a los pies del maestro.
She went to go rest on the altar. She let it all. She's like,
Ay, Dios.
that is hilarious. Wow.
Ay, padre.
Best sleep you got, probably,
There
too.
you go.
The best sleep at the altar.
Ese era un descanso.
At the throne of
Eso
grace.
era un descanso divino.
Oh my gosh, bro. And yeah, so man, thank you guys so much for sharing those stories, Pastor Sixtos. Who else? Eliana and her serenade.
Natalie, Benny.
Natalie, Benny. Thank you guys for sharing those awesome stories, man. I can't believe it's already been an hour already.
Oh, well, we need
58. We need to wrap
So
it
my
up.
story will have to be to
No,
the next
we're going to end with that one. We're going to end with your story. We're going to end with Atlena's story because she shared other people's stories, but yet has not shared her own story. So, which I know a few of them.
La marca de un buen líder es dejar que otros vayan enfrente.
Let others shine.
You know what? I stay behind. Yo impulso a los demás, los animo.
We stopped it because we read Eliana's Sarah, which was
¿Alguien más
awesome.
quiere compartir otra historia? Anybody else have a great story you want to shout out?
But hey, we need to hear it now. Now, go. Ready, 3, 2.
All right.
Go.
So I traveled a lot in Texas.
It's gonna be a clip.
I traveled a lot in Texas, and my little car me acompañó en muchos lugares. And I was a struggling college student at the same time. And then when I finally graduated, I was a substitute teacher. So I only worked enough to make what I needed to do to not be in debt. Nunca trabajaba de más.
Okay.
Porque el Señor no me llamó a eso.
I work with it. Minimum.
Yo vivía una vida de fe. I walked in the light for many years.
That's where the light started.
That's where the light started shining on me.
That's where it started
Ay, Dios.
glistening.
So that being said, I was responsible for all of my payments, and that included the car.
Yeah.
That included its maintenance.
Yeah.
So I dedicated that car to the Lord, and I said, Lord, it is for your use. Therefore, you will maintain this car for me. I will do my part occasionally.
Yeah.
And so
put gas.
and this one I'm gonna share who reminded me of it, because my sister, and this I can shout out because it's about me. My sister Karen remembered and said, dude, the time she had no thread or whatever you call it on her tires on the way to Paris, Texas, she's like, you were driving people around for free.
You were driving people around?
Yes, and she's like, free rides with you were never free.
Oh my
Te costaba la vida.
Yeah. You had no threads on your
yes.
On your thingy?
So a month before this event, San Antonio to my house was 4 hours. I stopped at a pastor's house. Amazing family, La Familia Gonzalez. They always took me in. I love them dearly to this day. The pastor that married us.
Oh.
So that's a funny story. But anyways.
Did you see my facial expression change a little bit? Did you see it? There's reasons behind it. Beautiful wedding. We had a great wedding. But one of the primary things you think somebody could remember is who you're marrying. Anyway, go ahead.
So he sees my tires. Like he being a dad, he checks the car from the outside, and then he's like, "Oye, mija, ven," and I'm like, "Yes." And so he shows me the tires, and he did like the penny test, where if you can see Abraham Lincoln, like your tire thread is too thin,
super low. Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, thank you for letting me know." He's like, "You really need to change this since you're up and down the state of Texas." I'm like, yeah, of course. Did I change them? No. So then a month later, I'm still on those tires, and then we have to go to a gala de los jóvenes to Paris, Texas, y'all.
Oh, wow.
And that was maybe like 11 hours away from my house. So then we're going, right? And we're slipping and sliding.
You're slipping and sliding? What do you mean?
So when we get to Houston, 6 hours from my house.
Started raining?
It started raining.
Oh, no.
Really bad. Really bad. Like flash flood waters. So íbamos 3 o 4 personas en el carro. We're joking, we're laughing, we're having fun until that rain hits. And then it was like, zoop, to the side. Zoop. It got quiet.
Yeah.
It got real quiet. And then I told everybody, y'all start praying. Y'all start praying when we get out of here.
Guys, like I told you a month ago to change your tires because I knew you were going to go to Paris, Texas.
Karen writes, we was one toe in heaven as we glided through Houston expressways.
More like one toe, maybe 3.
She was told months ahead to change it. She didn't. She got the spares that she was told to change as soon as she got to Paris. She didn't.
She did not. She walked in faith.
So we pasamos Houston. Para la gloria de Dios, we were fine.
Okay.
We just slipped and slide
Oh,
a little
I got
bit.
questions.
Then we got a little bit up to like Lubbock.
Yeah, real spiritual.
Lufkin. So
Yeah.
a little bit up higher, Lufkin. And then my tire blew out.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, we're so close. So then we got to this random hole in the wall tire place. Que solo Dios sabe
How
cómo
far
llegó.
were you? Like,
At this point from my house, we were probably about 10 and a half hours away.
oh wow, so you're like an hour or 2 hours away from the location.
And from Houston, we were probably about 4 hours, 4 hours away. So
is that on the way back or
no, on the way too.
Oh.
So then the guy tells us these tires are jacked up. Like he's like, I can give you these two that will hold you enough to get you home, but you need to get new tires. Needless to say,
You said
yo
no.
vivo mi vida en fe.
You told them no? You told them no?
No, I took the tires.
Oh.
I took the tires. We
geez.
made it to Paris. We drove back down home. I drove those tires another 3-4 months. And
No,
then
more like probably 3-4 years. Those are probably the still same tires that are on that car right now. I don't know. No, they're different.
And then that was it. But to the honor and glory of God, para la honra y gloria de Dios.
You put your angels to the test. God, you put your angels to the test.
Yeah. So that was my funny story of how free rides with me were never really free.
That could cost you your life.
It could. But you know what?
Melanie
That's what.
used to drive crazy. I just shouted out. I just told her. I just busted her out. I just busted
So
her
much
out.
for keeping people
Yeah, I'm
anonymous.
sorry.
It wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then she would drive like crazy, heavy to the metal, like pedal to the metal, I should say. And then we were like, when you're in the passenger seat and you wanna have a break.
Benny was like, I remember calling some shops for you, or was that another time? I don't know, Benny. I lived by faith all the time.
It probably was a different time, to be honest. That probably was a different time.
Rafa it got real. No, it did. It really did. Like, we were coming like hee, ha, 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 laughing and joking. And then that first slip was like, okay. But by the third slip, everybody just got real quiet.
When they got in the car, todos están bien con el señor.
Porque si no, hoy se ponen a cuentas.
Se pone a prueba todo esto ahora. And no, but Melanie, afterwards we used to get, she's like, but did you die?
But did you die?
She's
No.
like, but did you die? And then,
No, we
what
didn't.
what do you, yeah, no, there's other stories that Arena could definitely,
Oh, my Lord.
most likely could share.
But I will not.
We got cross country stories from missionaries. Well, we'll share one we have together.
We have one together?
We have one together.
Which
Cross
one?
country.
Where we met?
Yes, when we met. Yes, you know exactly which one. You want to start it out? You're the culprit.
What? Excuse me? Your people were the culprit.
There was culprits.
I'm sorry, guys. My PTSD just...
Your people. Your people, my people. We are the people of the Lord. Our people. We are one tribe. One people.
Ay, padre.
But yeah, this is what? This is Nicaragua or
no, this
Guatemala?
This was Honduras, the very first one.
Oh, it's Honduras.
Yeah,
oh.
this is okay. So this story took place about 15 years ago, 14 years,
2019,
a bunch
2009.
of years ago. It was
2009.
You were
2009?
just 18 or 19.
2009.
Yeah, algo por ahí.
2009.
Anywho, my first time out of the country.
The year of our Lord, 2009.
In the year of our Lord, 2009.
In the year of our Lord, 2009.
Thus began this journey that would lead us to a room where we would podcast together.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. There's a whole YouTube video.
Ay, Dios.
So what happened? We're in Honduras.
So we all traveled to Honduras.
Yeah.
This is my first time ever out of the country, not counting Mexico, because that's like my second home.
I went to my hometown.
We went to Jack's hometown. And like, you've been there.
No, I've been there before, but my parents are from Honduras.
So a bunch of us arrived at the same time. From Texas, nada más llegamos como 3 o 4. Like, so it was a small group for us, but for the Mediano Oeste or Mediano, what is it?
Yeah, Mediano.
over here, the Midwest.
Yeah.
From the Midwest, a bunch of them arrived, like a bunch. So then they do what they normally do. They stack our maletas in a nice, beautiful pile in the back of some pickup.
Oh, that story.
Which story were you talking about?
Oh. No, I'm talking about another story.
What story?
You want to share that story? You can share that story.
What story were you talking about? That kill me?
Are you sure? Well, you want me to tell you a little bit of what happened? We were on our way to a service. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
And we were sent on a mission. And we were sent on a mission. And yeah, you said as long as one of us makes it, it's all cool.
Okay, let's share that story instead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go on. So what happened? Because you're leadership.
See, but that was a different congreso.
I was just a soldier. You're a general, so you
exactly
sacrifice a soldier.
What did I say at the beginning of this?
ROTC taught her something. Use your soldiers.
Los cadetes del Señor.
Use the pawns. Use them. They're sacrificed. You need me more than you need him. I have a region to run. He's just starting off.
Pero mira dónde te elevó el Señor.
Bien elevado. Bien elevado.
All right, share that story. That one's funnier.
Well, yeah. Okay, so we do missions works when we go to these places, and we shared with RCS and RMO together. These are the two regions, and we had
by this time, ya pasaron 2 años from the story where I was talking about.
Oh, so this is in Nicaragua.
Yeah,
see, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, oh, this didn't happen in Honduras. So Nicaragua. Yeah, so in Nicaragua we did an outdoor service, and so in this outdoor service we basically do what we do on the inside, we do it on the outside. So people from the outside, but the preacher was nowhere to be found, and it was crunch time. Like they already did the devotional, they read the word, they did the prayer, and they're like,
the preacher had gotten.
Where's the preacher?
Had eaten some stuff.
Oh,
so, yeah.
That's what happened.
That's why they did show up, but that's why they were delayed. But they went a different route.
Issues?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never knew the reason why the person was late. I thought maybe they.
No. I found out later it was that.
So they have bubble guts. Is that what was happening?
Bloop, 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 bloop. Anyways, keep going. I remember. Keep going.
Well, anyway, so we were set. Atlanta was set, I think, on the mission to go find the preacher.
And I was gonna go by myself because you know what? I trust the Lord. If I can slip and slide,
it's dark. It's dark. It's nighttime. We're in another country. So me, I guess being the guy and gentleman that I am, I'm like, I'm gonna go with you. So that we have to run. We can't walk. We have to run. I think we start walking, and then we lightly start jogging, and then we're hearing the music going. We're like, we need to hurry up. And I don't know how far this place was. It was pretty far. Maybe like 4 blocks.
Yeah.
4 blocks.
Like about a 6-7 minute run.
6-7 minute run.
Yeah.
So we start running, and in these countries, people have neighborhood pets. They have you have
and they have no fences.
They have community pets. And while we're running, one of them decides to say hello in a very aggressive way. Starts barking at Atlanta, and Atlanta's pure instinct is survival. So what does she do? We lost signal. I don't know what happened. It is survival, and the survival legit is push Jack into the dog. Push Jack into the dog.
One of us had to survive.
One of us had to get the
One
preacher.
of us had to take the message.
So she pushes me into this rabid dog. This ferocious.
To this day, I have no idea what this dog looked like. It could have been a Chihuahua for all I know.
It was, bro.
But I made an executive decision. And in that moment, I said, you know what, self? You have a mission to accomplish.
I have more to live for. I have more to live for than he does. Let me.
He was on.
She shoved
I was on the right side, close to the dog. Within a second and a half, I was now on the left, and Jack was being thrown to the dog as I kept running for my life.
I was on the safe side, guys. I was cool. But I was grabbed and then thrown in front of the dog. I do like a kick, Shh, váyase para allá. You know, shh, para allá.
I do remember hearing the kick, but did I look back? No, not even a little.
You learned that lesson from Lot. You do not look back.
No, me convierto en sal.
And that's when I knew she's the one.
She's the one.
No, that was not it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. My camera's acting a little bit funny. We don't want that to continue on. Man, you guys, thank you so much.
God bless you guys.
God
thank
bless.
you for being
we
with
had so
us
much fun.
and having this time.
You'll see the clips here and there. I guess we'll share them next time. We'll get more stories from Arlena. I think we'll start off with another story of Arlena. Hold on, like a sheep led to slaughter is what Ralph says. Yes, like a young lamb. And then yo viajando con Jack Mael a diferentes lugares tuve alguna experiencia de peligro. En los viajes con él nunca se daba de cuenta porque se dormía y yo clamando a Dios que los protegiera en la nieve, lluvia y él creo que ni cuenta se daba hasta la fecha de hoy. Ya los viajes bastantes que viajamos a muchas partes y estados ni cuenta y mi mamá ahí luchando con sueño, luchando con a saber con qué, con otros autos, pero
It's okay because now I sleep and you drive.
ahora pago el precio.
It's full circle.
Ahora yo manejo y Arlena tranquila. Vamos a Texas. Let's go. 23 hours. We're there. Oh, okay.
This was amazing. Wasn't that bad, guys?
That was great. It was awesome.
We should do it again.
Yeah, no, yeah, for
All right.
sure.
Well, God bless you guys.
Bless
Have
you
a great
guys.
night. Thank you for
tuning
sharing.
in.
Nos
Yeah.
vemos.
Los vemos. Hasta pronto, mi gente. God bless.